There's not a lot of conversation about the disadvantages of being attractive. One, as a woman, you will have a hard-ass time making friends. I've met people who gravitate towards me because I'm attractive, because they think in proximity they will get some of my privileges. I've had friends that cut me off out of the blue for literally no reason. I have friends that have told me to humble myself. It's gonna be hard to date. I've met men who just want to be with me to be a trophy. I've had boyfriends who have not been able to deal with the amount of attention I get and therefore take it out on me. I've been stalked. I've been followed home. I've been stalked by ex-boyfriends. I've been groped. I've been graped. I've been assaulted. I've been through a lot.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. So guys, today we are talking pretty hurts. They say beauty is powerful, that a pretty face can unlock doors, soften hearts, and tilt the world in your favor. But what if I told you that same beauty can become a target? It can become horror for you. What if looking too good doesn't make life easier? It makes it harder. What if someone came up and told you that? Would you choose pretty? Would you choose being so beautiful? Today we are diving into the double-edged sword of beauty. Honestly, this is pretty privilege, and the punishment that often comes with it is real, but people don't like to talk about it because they think, you know, pretty girls have it all.
There's not a lot of conversation about the disadvantages of being attractive. One, as a woman, you will have a hard-ass time making friends. I've met people who gravitate towards me because I'm attractive, because they think in proximity they will get some of my privileges. I've had friends that cut me off out of the blue for literally no reason. I have friends that have told me to humble myself. It's gonna be hard to date. I've met men who just want to be with me to be a trophy. I've had boyfriends who have not been able to deal with the amount of attention I get and therefore take it out on me. I've been stalked. I've been followed home. I've been stalked by ex-boyfriends. I've been groped. I've been graped. I've been assaulted. I've been through a lot because I'm attractive. It's not for the weak. And when people talk about pretty privilege, yes, I will get a free meal. I will get free entry. I will get preferential treatment. A lot of times I don't have to pay for stuff. That's great. But I wouldn't say it's comparable to the amount of detriments being attractive has put me in. Lord knows I'm very grateful that my mother picked an attractive sperm donor that gave me this face, but it has definitely made life a bit more challenging. When you are an attractive person, especially an attractive woman, you will need to walk around and protect yourself physically, mentally, everyly, from everyone, because they will be attracted to you. They will be coming for different reasons, and you're gonna have to be able to keep them away. As a woman who's attractive, you need to learn how to defend yourself. I am in the gym 5 times a week, getting strong as fuck in case somebody walks up on me, they're gonna get. You need to learn how to read people. You need to pay attention to your surroundings. You need to not get gas late at night. You need to be on your P's and Q's, and you need to be extremely intelligent. I once had someone pretend to be a business, sent me an email saying that they would fly me and my brand, I have a swimsuit line, to another country to do a photo shoot. Everything seemed extremely legitimate. They even sent photos of other women that will be attending the event. They fucked up because one of the women in the photos is someone I know. I messaged them. They had no idea what I was talking about. This pervert was trying to lure me out to another country to do God knows what with me. This is what you get for being attractive.
Earlier today, I saw a video about pretty punishment, and it's basically how individuals who are attractive and appealing to the eye get punished a lot in reality. It's hard to share good news with people, or whenever you do anything, it's like, oh, you're doing the most. And honestly, everything Shawty said in the video, I wholeheartedly related to, because it's like, I really don't like I be so much in my head when I do certain things because it's like I know I'm not I know I'm not narcissistic. I know it's not narcissism. I know that I actually do think about other people's feelings, or if I'm in a situation, I do think about others before I think about myself. I know when I'm putting lip gloss on or I'm looking at myself in the mirror, it's not vanity. You know what I mean? It's because I just like the way I look. But a lot of people, and this is throughout my entire life at different stages, have projected so much onto me where it makes me think, and I really do be in my head about not trying to act like I think I'm all that, because I feel like that's how people are perceiving me even without knowing me. And there have been so many opportunities that have been snatched away from me based off of my physical appearance. Oh, I'm hungry. But based off of my physical appearance, not even because individuals got the chance to get to know me, know my personality, based off of she thinks she's all that. She got all these followers on Instagram. She gets all these likes and comments. Like, when I say I don't have that many friends, I don't. And it's because women are nasty. Like, I don't think people actually understand there are many nasty, evil-spirited women out there. They will put on a facade like, oh, they're a girl's girl, but they only want to be a girl's girl when the individual fits what they like. You dig what I'm saying? People will show their true colors when they feel intimidated, or they feel like you have something that they don't. Now, thank you, God, has blessed me with a light, right? A light that other people definitely do see and feel intimidated by my presence, right? At times, I've been in rooms, I don't even have to open my mouth for a lot to be going on and for attention and focus to be on me. People could say it's my height, people could say it's my beauty, people could say it's my smile, but I really do think it is my aura. Like, I'm not even gonna joke. Like, I really do feel I have an energy about me that a lot of people are just gravitate towards. Like, they gravitate, and I've been told that in a lot of different places and spaces I've been. So to anyone who relates to me, what I will say, don't allow other people to make you feel small. Do not overthink who you are as a person, because there have been so many times I'm battling this conscious of who I know I am versus what other people try to project on me. And it's I know I'm not this person that this individual has built out of me in their head, because other people give me that confirmation that I am this beautiful person inside and out. So it's if you are an individual that suffers from pretty punishment, look, it's not going to get any easier in life. It's only going to get harder, but have discernment on when to know I can be around certain individuals and when this ain't gonna work out, because they clearly have insecurities that they need to work on that I can't do anything for them, you know?
Fam, I really want to know your experience with this. Are you a pretty woman? Please leave your experience in the comment section. For me, my experience in high school, I had my best friend. She was really a pretty girl, and she used to get passes. She would come late, she would not do her homework, and the teachers would just give her a pass. Can you imagine? And we would struggle to get our things done because we don't want to be punished, because we don't want to be spanked by our teachers for not doing what we're supposed to do. But she would just get a pass. She's a pretty girl. So this thing is real. But what I'm gonna say is that pretty punishment is also real. This prettiness, this is a big responsibility. To whom much is given, much is expected. You have to be pretty with brains to maneuver through this world, because people are gonna take you for granted. People are gonna use and dump you, especially for women. Men are gonna be attracted to you, using you and dumping you just to find out what makes you pretty down there. Are you pretty as you are saying, as you look? Are you pretty down there as you look? So you're gonna be like an experiment. So you have to be very careful. You have to use your spirit of discernment. Ask God to give you direction to make the right decisions in life, because I've seen so many pretty women who lose out of their life, who lose their prettiness, and pretty fades. Beauty fades, but you look at someone and you're like, oh wow, how come she's 50 and she's nowhere? How come people who usually look like her usually have it together at her age? They're married, they have great men, high value men, but she's, because she wasted it, or maybe she made some bad decisions. You know, takes us, life can beat you left, right, and center. You know, everyone has their experiences, whether you're pretty or not. But pretty privilege and pretty punishment is real. It's a big responsibility to be pretty. You have to be a responsible person. But anyways, I really want to know what you guys think about this topic. I'm gonna play some videos of people, of TikTokers, talking about how you can tell you're pretty even when you don't know. Maybe I might find out, maybe I'm pretty, right? Let's find out together if we are pretty. Please leave your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. Let's continue.
So, you want to know if you are a pretty girl and have that aura that just takes the cake and eats it too. I'm going to tell you how, with these signs of how you know that you're really a pretty girl. So just stop sleeping on yourself, because you got it, girl, and you've been that and you know that. So first up, the first way that you'll know is that if you are a pretty girl is, of course, we have to say it, the privileges. Every pretty girl gets privileges, and it really sometimes are very small things, sometimes they could be big things, but people just seem to go out of their way for you. Somehow, some way, someone is doing something for you. You don't really ask, they just want to. They see you and they say to themselves, I need to do something for this girl. And I really like to attribute it most times to God, because when they do things too, it's like, my God, I needed this. Like, thank you, God. You know, sometimes it really be like that. It really be God putting people in place to help you. But sometimes people are just nice and they want to be nice to the pretty girl. So you'll get these types of privileges. Next way that you'll know if you are a pretty girl, people will want to interact with you. They're drawn to you for some reason, but they also, as they're being attracted to you, they also are a little bit intimidated and bothered. Your energy is a lot and it kind of makes people nervous. So if you notice that people are always nervous around you or intimidated, or just like the interaction isn't smooth, I've experienced where people will say certain things and I'm like, no, you don't need to apologize. I'm constantly like reassuring them. And I feel like that happens a lot to pretty girls because people are nervous or people feel like they have to perform or be a certain way around you. It's really not like that, but they are so enamored and they're so like in awe by how you look that it just happens. It's like automatic. Pretty girl. All right, the last way that you'll know, keep going with this because I already love this. Tell me if you guys want like this to be a whole thing. But the last way that you will know that you are a pretty girl is just your presence. You can sit pretty and not have to do too much, not have to ruffle too many feathers, and you are influencing people around. People are watching you, clocking you. You're constantly being looked at. If that is happening to you, you are a pretty girl. And I know that some people, like, they feel like when people are staring at them, they are wondering why. Is there something on my face? Is my outfit, like, why are they staring at me? Why are they looking at me so much? You know, and some people will take this very hard exterior to be like, what? Like, give an attitude. But take that as a compliment, babe. Everywhere you go, people are looking at you, they're watching you. Like, you got it going on, boo. If they want to clock you, if they want to look, if they want to watch the show, give them something to see.
These are some signs that you have pretty privilege but had no idea that you were even attractive to begin with. Believe it or not, because we are ourselves for our entire lives, we get desensitized to the privileges that we have for the way that we look. The first sign that you have pretty privilege is if you don't have a lot of friends. Instead, you get a lot of hate for no reason, like in your high school, middle school, or even college. You were just not really liked by a bunch of people. Like, there were groups of people that didn't like you, especially if you're the kind of person that
that stays out of trouble and like you're not kind of controversial. When we are pretty, we are intimidating, and that is why people talk bad about you. Secondly, you don't get approached by men often. You would expect that being pretty actually attracts men. However, again, when we are attractive, men already think that we are taken. They believe that if they shoot their shot that they're going to miss it because you are most likely already taken or you are way above them. This goes for social media as well. If you don't get messages or likes from a lot of guys and you're wondering like, why? That's because you are pretty. This is a privilege of being at the top. A lot of people don't think that they can compete.
Ladies, this is 3 signs you're pretty. You literally just don't know. I'm telling you, society nowadays do not tell pretty girls they're pretty, and they don't know, okay? So I'm going to put you on just in case you might be, okay? So if you're 2 or 3, these are good. The first one is people silently admire you. Bro, if people do not compliment you in person, if people do not say compliments to you ever, even on social media, it's because they already think you know and they secretly admire you, okay? If you see a person with a very nice car, you're probably not going to walk up and say nice car because you think they already know. That's how society is nowadays. They think you already know, so they silently admire you and they literally just watch you on social media. If you want to put this to the test and see who's watching, press the share, then scroll over here, Instagram direct. It'll pop up like a list of people. Y'all thought it was Captain thing, you found out it worked. You're like, oh, there is actually people in it. Sometimes it takes like 2 times. The second thing, the second sign you are probably way more attractive than you think. The second one, this is going to sound, you know what I'm saying, left, but if you are isolated. The reason I say this is because girls who are actually attractive, they don't have a lot of people around them. They pretty much just lay around, watch Netflix all day. But I told y'all ladies, it does not have to be like that. But the best thing to do, because I knew a girl who used to be like that, but the best thing to do as an attractive girl is to capitalize off that. If you know you're isolated, you have a lot of things going on, create something in your life to go on. Like the girl that I know, I taught her how to run a business. It's like the same business model I do. And bro, she travels the world, drives her dream car. I know y'all gonna ask what I taught her how to do. Literally all it is running online stores. Like right here is just one of my stores in the past couple months doing it. I won't gatekeep. If y'all ladies do want to learn, I can give you the same blueprint I gave her. Just go to my IG and DM me the word ecom, ECOM. I'll put you on. But the third thing is if guys, you notice you're talking to guys in person, right? And they always use the wavelength method. Bro, guys who do this really be in love with their girls, but they be trying to act like they're not. Like I said, pretty much being attractive just leads to you being lonely, ladies. I'm not gonna lie. But the worst thing you could do is let that loneliness get to you. You should, you know what I'm saying, be in the gym, start reading the Bible, and get your money up. As long as you get focusing on yourself, getting close to God, you're going to be good. And like I said, if you need help with the money part, go to my IG. Literally pressing buttons on my computer got me this car. I test over there, and then I have another car in a different state. Like I said, ladies, if you want to learn, literally just go to my IG, because I know you are going to ask, and I'm willing to help you out. I got a free group. Just go there.
All right, family, I just found out I am pretty. I am pretty, guys. All these years I've been on this world, it's today that I've known I've been pretty all along. How come no one ever told me? Everyone says I'm cute, but I'm not pretty. Anyways, I'm being funny. But did you find out that you're pretty? I want to know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. Please let me know what you think. I really want to know. And I'm going to make a video about men's experience with being pretty. You know, there are pretty men out there. I think they have some struggles too. I'm sure they struggle to get wives even when they're serious. I think they have their own struggles, and I would love to dive into that situation, into that topic, and see what their experience is. Thank you so much for watching. Love you. Bye.
I find this conversation about pretty privilege to be so interesting because it's a topic that really has a lot of nuance, right? It has a mix between people's experiences versus what is reality versus the subjectivity of how someone's feelings are, overlapped with the reality of situations. And my take on it is, I think a lot of times it really boils down to being pretty does have its privileges. The reality is, I think the issue is it's like a battle of who's more oppressed, someone who's not conventionally attractive versus someone who is conventionally attractive. And I think a lot of times the reason it's frustrating when beautiful women talk about or seemingly complain about the treatment they get as a beautiful woman, it's because that's the only life that they've lived. And it doesn't mean that their experiences are invalid. It just seems as if their experiences are in a vacuum, right? In a lot of situations, I've heard pretty women, beautiful women, gorgeous women say one of the downsides of pretty privilege is, women are jealous. There are a lot of not conventionally attractive women who experience jealousy. It's just not standard. It's just not your traditional, I'm jealous of you because you're beautiful. A lot of times when they possess specific talents, when they are confident in themselves, a lot of conventionally unattractive people experience jealousy, and it's okay because they're unattractive. It'll never be called out as that. Why is this woman so confident? Why does this woman care? Oh, this woman can sing. Oh, this woman doesn't care what men think about her. She has standards. And a lot of times it flares up something in beautiful women. This idea that you're so beautiful that people don't actually compliment you, juxtaposed to someone who's conventionally unattractive who never receives compliments. The comparison behind even posting something on social media and tons of other women are telling this woman how beautiful they are is not necessarily something that conventionally unattractive women experience, unless they literally are coming on here to say, hey, I feel ugly. That the comments aren't flooded with people calling them beautiful if they're talking about their interest or explaining something that's their expertise or sharing a hobby. A lot of beautiful women are put on a pedestal, and a lot of their fans are other women, other beautiful women, other, people who don't consider other people beautiful. A lot of women that may say this person is so fantastic, all these other things, where someone who's conventionally unattractive or less beautiful doesn't experience that ever. And I think it's so interesting because it's almost like there's this battle to invalidate one experience over the other. Yes, beauty's subjective, all those good things, but I think part of it is really interesting because it's almost like it's combating when someone else is sharing their experience to say, I know you think my life is perfect, but here's all the downsides that come with that, which in reality is just life. It's a life of privilege exists that way. The privilege we complain about as Black people exists amongst white people. Doesn't mean they don't have hardships. Doesn't mean they don't have personalities. It doesn't mean all those other things. But it almost seems like they're stepping out of this vacuum and at some point saying, this is harder than what you're dealing with because it's happening to me, which essentially is just privilege in itself. And I always find it interesting because, this idea that people are always trying to humble you happens to conventionally unattractive women all the time. People love humbling. People love this concept, and people dogpile. Oh, how dare she think that she can have standards when it's me when she looks like this or X, Y, and Z. The first thing that's being attacked is looks. There's so many things that happen and they can be dogpiled on by men and women. And it's somehow okay because how dare they speak out of the turn of being unattractive? How dare you have feelings or thoughts that exist outside of yourself, or how dare you have standards? So I always find it very interesting that, people talk about these downsides of pretty privilege, which I'm not saying there isn't. I'm not saying that. I'm not sitting here, saying that people don't experience hardship or that the perception that life is easier for a beautiful woman especially isn't true. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. However, I think a lot of the things that rub people the wrong way is the way the conversation is framed. It's almost framed as if I'm somehow more oppressed. I'm somehow less deserving of this because I'm beautiful. This is experienced at a higher rate because I'm beautiful, when in reality that's untrue. It's just not true. And you don't have to be beautiful or conventionally unattractive to acknowledge that not being true, whether the person who's saying it is beautiful or conventionally unattractive. Does that make sense?